Guys, can you believe this is our third episode?
We made it.
We made it!
Mama.
I see 3 going 1,000.
Yes, please.
So we're back again with our third episode.
We are
This is
back.
the promise. This I promise. We are here with the third episode, the Tip Podcast. This I promise. Kenya. Yes, we are Kenyans from Kenya, Anyway, today we are going to have a very heavy topic. So I just want us to start with some
Oh my
light
God. Remember
energy
High
because
School Musical
Mhm.
and whatever, and her brother used to be like,
Yeah, I remember.
okay.
Anyway,
You can guess
you
our
can
ages.
tell how old we are.
Mm.
So I'm your host, Sonny Rodrod, and
I'm Faith.
hey, beautiful babe,
Hey, babe.
how have you been?
Fantastic. God is good. God is good.
That's beautiful. God is God. God is amazing, and He's been doing wonderful things behind the scenes. We are growing. We are becoming better at this. I hope you guys can tell. I hope you have followed. Please subscribe. Please follow. Please, please, please. We are on Instagram, on Facebook. We are on
Spotify.
we're on TikTok.
Yes, we are.
What other platform can they find us in, babes? AfriPods. Yeah. Basically, please follow us on all social media platforms.
Yes,
The
please.
Tip Podcast. This I promise.
This I promise.
Yes, the Tip Podcast KE. This I promise. So today let's dive in, babes. We're having a heavy one right here.
Let me tell you, I'm nervous. Are you ready?
Whew, let me tell you, I'm triggered right from the title because it was interesting how we came up with this title. And the title is Where Do We Draw the Line? I don't know if you can see it, but we have our t shirts right here, our merch, and it says, Where do you draw the line? And for us, our line is very bold. This is where. Okay?
Yeah.
So some of you may be triggered, maybe not, and we'll just preempt this and say we are sorry for whoever will trigger. It's with so much love that we're bringing these conversations up because we need the society to look deeper into them, think twice about the trajectory we are going.
And also, it's just us sharing our opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it's very easy to lose sight of where we are and where we are going as a society. And I do feel that as much as, like we're here for fun and we're in that generation for it's never that serious. We need to deeply and seriously look into some of the things. And part of our podcast, we is about questioning and challenging some of the conventional ways of living and some of the normal thinking.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah, quote unquote. So
Mhm.
this is not the, cast in stone opinion, but this is just our way
Our
of
opinion
yes.
as Faith Munini and Sonny Rodrod.
yes, how
So
we look at
please,
things. And
don't
I
come
mean,
at us. If you have your opinions, respect it. And we'd like us to have a society where we have healthy debates
yeah.
so that we can literally get to be more objective about
Yeah.
things than just have emotions driving us into the rocks,
okay,
into the
let's
pits
just
of hell.
let's dive. Let's dive.
So, babes, how this topic came about? You sent me a link of a lady in Kenya
Yes.
who was driving to, I think, Nakuru, and she passed an incident. I think there was an accident, right?
An accident.
There was an accident along the way, perhaps
Mhm.
maybe in Naivasha, I'm not so sure. I don't even remember. I could care less. But so she decided to stop her car, and I was like, wow, amazing. What a kind person.
That's what I thought as well.
I thought that too. I was
thought
like,
all my
until I got
days,
to
like,
the
they
middle
helped.
of the story, and I was like, what? So the car, she decided to stop her car, go to the site of the accident, and decided she was going to make sure she would
Be the
maximize on
victim.
the opportunity there.
Yeah.
And played victim, smeared blood that was in the scene on her body, and sent it to a few of her supposed mubabas. And she took herself to hospital, talked to the doctor, bribed the doctor, pretty much bribing.
which is
and
illegal, by the way. Like,
and the doctor wrote her a report and gave her a bill which she forwarded to her
no,
boyfriends.
gave her room to
Oh yeah,
go,
gave her a
and
room
a
to
whole.
go. Yeah,
It's sickening.
I mean the thought of it is just
It's
like,
sickening. I mean, we just don't even want to get. I stopped us at smeared someone else's blood. First of all, where is this victim? Are they alive?
are
Did they
they
get
dead?
treated? I mean,
What if they died? Is
what if they saw the
Yeah,
story?
what if they saw the story?
Did you
Like,
help them? Was your first thought, I'm gonna help this victim, or was your like, where do we draw the line? And what is sickening about this is there are so many public figures, and I can already anticipate what's gonna be brought, which is be a role model to your children, and a lot of, I can
mhm.
already anticipate the
Yes,
responses.
yes.
But truly, where do you draw the line? Because we are in a society where there's so much information, which is a
So
blessing,
much.
but also a curse. A curse for the people that do not know how to handle the
Such
information. So
information.
it's very easy for a young person to think, what do I need to be nice for? Why
Yeah.
do I need
I
to,
can do whatever to make money.
yeah,
I
so and so
can,
got away with it, and now
yeah,
they're
I can
happily
get away with it
married,
too.
and and
Yeah.
they're wealthy and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
But really, where do we draw the line? Is it worth it? When you hear the story and you hear the amount of money that was raised, was it worth it? To me, when I heard the story, I was just, first, it was sickening.
Oh,
And the other
so
people,
sickening.
like in my circle, in our circle, I think that's the
Yeah.
response that we got.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, was it worth it? Because what is the point of, one, making it look like it's a funny thing to have, to use someone's blood,
Yeah,
to take advantage of someone's painful
true.
situation,
I don't understand how we can be able to confidently give that story in a light manner. Like, oh
laughing.
my God, yeah, I just went and smeared blood. Okay, God forgive me. And God forgive me, so
The
by the
rippling
way,
effect,
the ripple effect is that very many young girls out there will believe they can do anything they'd
whatever.
like to do and get away with it, make
Mm-hmm.
money, and life will go on. And we have lost sight of choices having consequences. And
Yeah.
consequences be damned is where we're at. Like, literally, consequences be damned. But some consequences don't just live with you for the moment. It's a
Yeah.
lifetime of facing consequences.
Yeah.
How
It's
well do
it's
you
it's
sleep at
quite
night?
like, it's honestly, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that that
Oh,
is what, where do we draw the line?
yeah,
That's
really.
where I'm at.
Um, my heart broke, and especially now that we are moms of girls,
Yeah.
I think you just think about the very many things that girls are being made to do, not because they're being forced to, but because of the information that is out there that people are sharing, and they don't share it from a point of, please, this was my experience, but I
Don't do
promise you
this,
that it's not worth it. Don't do it.
My expectation
Don't,
is, even coming from someone who is also a mom,
yeah.
and my expectation was, girls, you don't have to do all these things. Look at me, I made it. Look at me, I'm married, I have kids now. But when I look back, some of these things were uncalled for,
Yeah, I should
right?
never have, and it should be more of an apology, really.
Yeah, because this is someone's life, and we are not even trying to blow this situation out of proportion. But how is it that, as a young woman, having grown up, obviously, we
Mm-hmm.
all, majority of us, left where we grew up and came to Nairobi. Not all of us have grown up in Nairobi, and the dream was always to make it in Nairobi. But the math ain't mathing. There's an amount of money, honestly, that when you look at the work and how much you have to give up,
Your
especially the priceless
dignity,
things,
your
yeah,
dignity,
your soul,
your soul,
all those things,
your values.
for what? For what amount? Because money is liquid. Money is liquid. It comes and it goes.
Oh,
For
boy, don't I know
200,
it.
let me quote the amount,
Mm,
250K. All you needed to do was call one. If
Yeah,
there are
I mean,
mubabas, if we need to get to it, one mubaba is enough to give you
and without
250K.
that much drama
Yeah.
anyway. He's Mbaba, so he probably has so much to himself.
A
Just
wig
give
is
him a call
what?
and
A
be like,
wig,
hey,
two
babes, I
wigs
just
is
need,
what?
yeah, that's it,
Three
250.
wigs. You're a baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for a wig
Ask
or an
for a wig.
iPhone or
Or
two,
say, you just want a phone upgrade. I mean, just
right?
can we give the light airy things, but not call on people's lives or step
Yeah.
over people's blood just because we need to make the money? No, calm down,
Anyway,
please.
I think there are so many things
Where
that are
where
happening
do
right
we draw
now.
the line?
Let's get to it.
So, as I was trying to do this research,
Mm-hmm.
I literally was listening to a song
Mm-hmm.
from Supernatural. It's called Where Do We Draw the Line? And in that
Coinky
song, part of the real hey,
Where?
where lyrics. Yeah, anyway, part of me is
It's the
Kikuyu,
passion.
mutazoea. Part of the lyrics was why do we keep up this charade? And I didn't write it exactly as it was, but from what I wrote here, I just wrote, why do we keep up this charade? Because I definitely think the devil has been working overtime. Because have you realized nowadays people can't tell what's right from wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Right and wrong has become more of a subjective thing
Uh-huh.
where what's right for you may not be right for me,
Yeah.
or what's wrong for you may not be wrong according to me.
Unfortunately, I used to think that way and I used to identify myself as a Christian. But then the
Mm-hmm.
more I took time to, there's this Bible study that I attend. I think you
Mm-hmm.
also told me that you have a Bible
Yeah,
study that
yeah,
you
I
go
do.
to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found this culture where they used to say, I can only speak what the word speaks on, and I live and keep quiet on what the word is quiet on. And to me,
Mm-hmm.
what I understood by that is you can't be gray, can't be all over the place. It's either you're black or you're white. It's either it's like this or it's like that. There's no middle point, especially on some of the things that really deeply affect our society generations to come.
And you see, the problem is that we have gotten too religious about things, especially of late, that people think it's just Christians being judgmental,
Mm-hmm.
looking into people's logs as opposed, looking into people's specs as opposed to seeing the logs in their
Yeah.
eyes. However, for me, I don't even look at it from a Christian perspective, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, sometimes if you're human, some things just feel wrong to you. Your
Yeah.
moral compass, whether it's based off of the Bible or the Quran or whatever, killing someone is wrong. It is wrong, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, atheist. It is just wrong. It's wrong. And I don't know why we go forth, and even the law has allowed loopholes such as
Yeah.
it could be manslaughter, it could be homicide,
Homicide,
it could be this, it could be
suicide.
that, it could be you have killed someone, period. That is not right.
Yeah. Um, I, I agree with you as far as subjectivity is concerned, because people, I mean, we, I would argue that we are a smart generation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very easy that every point of argument that we come up with
Mm-hmm.
is smart and can convince you to think otherwise. I mean, for example, I could just come out and say, have you noticed the trend is going towards more nudity? Like, even if you go to even our local stalls to look for
Definitely.
clothes,
The less you wear, the better.
yes, the majority of what is pushed and what is available now, because it has to be pushed on social media, and then obviously if that is what is moving, the business person has to bring that because they're in business. So I have noticed that
The
it's like
bigger the
we are
recession, the
wearing,
shorter the clothes.
yes, like lesser and
Uh-huh.
lesser. Mpaka I was like, are we running out of material? Like, what is
That's what
happening?
I'm
Like,
saying. The
China, do
bigger
we
the
need?
recession, the shorter the clothes.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
There's less
it's it's
material.
things as that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember recently, and this is just something I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Even I had that thing
Mm-hmm.
because with my kid, all these cute, nice short outfits, nice
Mm-hmm.
shorts here and there. Then you want to
Mm-hmm.
dress your kid as that.
Yeah.
And my mom,
Mm-hmm.
my parents actually, one day I'm dressed my kid in this. She was looking cute to
Mm-hmm.
my eyes.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, this is unacceptable. Go change that kid because she'll grow up thinking being nude is cool, is cute. And I had to take all those tiny things that I thought they were cute because when you see them on Instagram, they are very cute. But in real life, you're encouraging that kid to show more skin.
Definitely. But you see, here's the thing: we tend to ape so much the Western
Mm-hmm.
world. But I kid you not, I find that there's dressing indecently and then there's dressing appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if your child is to put on a swimming costume and just walk around because you know it's very revealing, you're in a place where there's no water body. It's a new company.
Squeeze it corner swimming pools. Thank you very much.
I know, thank you. But now picture this. If you wear that same outfit in the ocean, in the beaches, fantastic. You're dressed
Yeah,
appropriately because
appropriately.
that's where you're allowed to dress in such a manner. But now you go forth and decide to put on a swimming costume and go what? Out to the office? Can you picture that? To your
Well,
place of work?
I am not putting people past it because right now anything is allowed.
And that's what I'm saying. We need to get to a point where we draw the line. And I wouldn't even put it across as dressing indecently, but dressing appropriately. Know what to wear and where and
When,
when.
all right.
Where and when.
Yeah.
Then, two, even though there's a where and when, you can't just be going out to nightclubs looking like some. Can you have some class? Honestly, trashy ain't classy.
Yeah. It's
Period.
not a flex.
it's,
Not a
it's not a
flex.
flex.
It's not
It's
a
not
flex.
a flex.
Yeah.
You look more elegant when you're dressed up than when you're
Yeah.
dressed down, like literally.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's
So,
continue.
anyway, as I was saying, the devil has worked overtime because now all of a sudden we have become little demons and puppets to the point where um, we're not just fighting our flesh, we're fighting our brains
Are we the
because we've
minions?
been brainwashed. We are fighting the core of who we are. There's so much we have to fight before we even get to fight the devil because he's worked overtime to the point that we are him, he is us. You know, like we've
You know,
become one.
as you're saying that,
Little
I I
demons.
don't know. Could I check? I was just watching the
Mm-hmm.
Minions the other day.
Mm-hmm.
My attention span is very
Right there.
kidogo. But I
Mm-hmm.
remember
Mm-hmm.
like when they're introducing or talking about the minion in the introduction,
Mm-hmm.
they're talking about how um this Viennese are brainless.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously,
Totally.
yeah. So oh my days, I wish I'll find it. I will find it word for word because
Yeah.
it struck like I was like, are we the minions now?
Yeah, literally, we
We
are.
are the
We are the
minions.
minions, and we have no brains of our own, so we can't tell what's
Ooh,
right from wrong. It's
ooh.
all blurry lines. We have misconstrued moral conducts that ought to be common sense. I mean, ideally, it's meant to be common sense
Yeah.
that we should be peaceful and we shouldn't fight because of having different opinions, of
Mm-hmm.
having different ethnic backgrounds,
Yeah.
of having different of coming from different tribes or coming from different regions. But
Yeah.
here we are, Israel and Gaza. How many weeks, how many months counting?
But you see, okay, I see your point. But for me, what gets to me is while all that is happening,
Hmm.
Congo has been experiencing that for how long now? Millions
Decades.
and millions of lives
Totally.
are lost in Congo.
Mm-hmm.
But because the reason there is all these lives lost is because they need to, that is it copper that they need so that they can go produce uh is it computers and phones at a cheaper price so that we
Mm-hmm.
can get things at a lower price. No one is talking about that. But now
That's
the
the
attention is
thing.
like, so where do we draw the line? Are they not lives
You
on
see,
that
that's the
side?
thing. For me, how I think of where we draw the line is just basically how governments are busy funding war, but the same governments are busy funding quote unquote love is love sort of speeches and projects and organizations where you get them supporting so much this narrative of LGBTQIA and funding so much this particular group, but then you're not gonna fund peace
Ooh,
and love for humanity, just love for each other, not necessarily love in an erotic kind of manner. Can we fund peace instead? Can we fund pure human love, just not aimlessly funding things that just don't even make sense as human beings?
or the fact that they are big on talking about child protective services and all these things, but here in Kenya, they're vaccinating our young girls that they would not conceive. They
Tell me
they want
about
to
it.
put chips on our babies as soon as they are born. Like, where do we draw the line? So
Mm-hmm.
are they better babies
Mm-hmm.
than our babies?
Mm-hmm. And now
They're,
they're also funding abortions. Like,
right?
please, where do we draw the line? Because we need to understand as a society that some of these things they don't make sense, babes. Do
It
they make sense
doesn't.
to you?
It doesn't. That's why I'm just trying to understand where we stand. Because you see, like as a country, the hope was, I mean, we made all this, we were all excited that now we
Mm-hmm.
had a body of leaders that were God fearing. But the same
Wow.
body of leaders that are God fearing
Tell me
are the
about
same
it.
ones that are talking about us having those chips on babies as soon as they are born. They're allowing all these movements that are happening now. They're allowing a lot of, unsaid things. So are we God fearing?
Are we not?
Are we not? Are we, where do we stand? Are we bringing men of God here, or are we bringing Kina Bill Gates?
And someone would stand and probably attack us and say that we care very little about technology and we are being backwarded and too traditional and too conservative. But again, where do we draw the line, please? Because it's such a slippery slope when
It
we allow
is.
some of these
It
things.
is. It
The
is.
more we continue to fund and speak out about LGBTQIA plus, I'd like to ask a question. Dear Kenyan mom, dear Kenyan dad, tell me, would you be comfortable having your 10-year-old baby girl going to the toilet with a 30-year-old trans who believes they're a child? He's a 30-year-old trans, but in his head, he's convinced
Identifying
and he
themselves.
identifies himself as a 2-year-old. I'm a baby. I need a nanny.
And while at it, tell me, I need in the comments below, every time you've gone to the toy stores, just go to any and you, a simple toy, even a pencil. Nowadays they have even pencils, and you see one with a rainbow color. What is it that's
What
coming to your
comes to your
head?
mind?
And you want to shop for your kid. What
Mm-hmm.
is it that is coming to your head? And mind you, we are not anti anyone. I mean,
We're not anti, we're just saying, we are just
I
trying to
mean,
invoke. In
yeah,
fact, I'd like us to get to a point where we invite some of these people and have this conversation. Like, where do we draw the line? We love you as human beings. We
but is
love,
it necessary to shove it
but
down our
yeah,
throats?
exactly.
Like,
Is
just because I'm hetero, I don't go out there with my, me and another, like, for me to prove that I'm heterosexual, I don't go outside camping with my
definitely.
partner in broad daylight to show that I'm hetero. Like, must it be, what is it? Like, what's the agenda? We are not at the people. The people,
We're
please be
not at the
yourself.
people. We are questioning the
The
agenda.
agenda,
We
why
are
is it being
questioning
pushed?
because tell me why now in the US a child can practically sue their parent because the parent refused them to change the agenda.
this is
You're
this is a
under
deep
18,
one.
you are a boy, you're born a boy, you have a penis, and now all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, I'd like to be a girl. And your parent is forced to sit down and pay attention to that.
Have you seen these interviews of
And it's
people that
becoming
have done
normal.
that? And okay, now it's no longer even like American, like even in
No,
Africa.
yeah,
Like the other
it's
day,
now normal.
I saw somebody, but I'm not here to talk about that. However, I have seen interviews of people that initially went through a whole sex change. I don't know how many surgeries that is, and they wish to reverse
So
back
many
to
of
their
them.
original
So many of them.
gender. And then I can resonate with that because I'm like, when I was growing up, at first I wanted to be a nun. Then after
Heck
a few years,
yes.
I wanted to be a doctor. Then after I don't know how many years, I wanted to be a lawyer. And then up until now, there are so many things that I believe I can become, right? But you can't
Definitely.
but you're subject to change.
Totally. And I mean, are you even human if you don't keep
Yeah.
having a change of mind, a way of
Yeah.
thinking? Because you keep growing. As you grow, the more you know, the more you start thinking differently. You have different perspectives. But let's just talk a bit about this, because I believe we're all human beings and we're sexual beings. We were created sexual beings.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll kid you not, personally, when I was in primary school, I was curious about girls, not because but just because you're a sexual being. So obviously you get to have feelings, and women are generally attractive. Damn, God, you're fine, babe. You see a
Thank you.
girl growing, and all of a sudden they have a nice booty and they have
Mm-hmm.
nice hips,
Mm-hmm.
and you start thinking things, obviously, and like, damn, she's so fine. I'm so curious about it. But guess what? You're just a freaking sexual human being, and that is normal. So instead
Yeah.
of channeling your mind towards thinking, now I'm different, oh, I'm depressed, we all go through the same seasons. We all
Yeah.
start admiring both men and women at some point,
I
just
think
out of
so.
curiosity. But I believe that as a society, we need to be able to hold sexual education in a way that's not channeled towards them feeling like they can go that route,
Yeah.
but reroute them into believing that yes, you're a sexual being. However, this is how the world was created. Key goes into the hole, not key goes into a key. Period.
Mm. No, it's true. And also, as parents, we need to seriously be parents. Yes, we don't have everything figured out. We can all
No, we
agree that we
don't.
are learning and as we go. But right is right. Your role as a parent is to hold this child's hand until they're at a point where,
Totally.
like African parents, most of them, they don't even wait till their kids. They 18 is not the cap. Like they're still in their kids' lives and helping them navigate young adulthood up until even 26. And even when you get married, they will still hold your hand and help you navigate. And that's how it should be. Because you know what? Anyone that has walked ahead of you has better, more wisdom than you that is walking that journey. So,
For
regardless
sure.
of where we are, the goal is to guide this person because you have walked that journey. This
Mm-hmm.
person is operating from a point of ignorance. There is no amount of YouTube University, no amount of
None
Google research
whatsoever.
that is going to convince me that my 4-year-old knows what she's doing. Even if she tells me, "Mommy, I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing," I will take it just for word because you know what? I am 30. She's 4. I have 30 years experience on this earth.
Exactly.
So my responsibility is to hold that child's hand and guide her and show her the right way, which I believe, even if I never did the things that I'm telling her to do, I'm telling her those things out of experience of my own mistakes and other
Exactly.
people around me. And we can't drop that ball.
We should not. And so I normally get so offended by moms who actually stand up and say that they're supporters of LGBTQ. I really get offended, babes. So bad. Because now I start thinking, you're a mom. I'd like to know if your child came to you and told you that they are gay. Because funny enough, they never get offended if a girl comes to them and says that they're lesbian. But they
Mm-hmm.
draw the line
Mm-hmm.
when the
It's a man.
boy child says that they're
Mm-hmm.
gay. And
Mm.
I was like, whoo, what do you mean? No, never. I would, yes, babes. If that is your reaction, that you would not want to see your son being gay or, you know, exercising such, rights and deeds, then why would you stand up and say out loud that you're a supporter of?
I don't
What?
I think
I don't know.
I
I
would
don't
like to
know. I'd like
understand
to
what
know.
they mean by that.
I'd like to understand what you mean.
Because are you
There's
supporting because it's other people you don't believe it can happen to you? And then when it becomes
exactly when it
personal,
becomes personal
now
now,
it's
woo,
another topic?
that's where you draw the line.
Or are you fully in support of it? Fully, like even if it happens to you. It's kind of like you know how
Mm-hmm.
um before, every person that has maybe talked about having cancer or having a chronic illness, they say,
Mm-hmm.
I never thought it would happen to
Definitely.
me. So it's
No one ever
always, the
thinks it
thought
will
is
happen to
it's
you.
happening anywhere else but to me. So we need to understand, where do we really stand when we are saying these things?
We need to. So I'd like us to pretty much comment down there on the section below
Yes, please.
with love.
And subscribe.
With love and subscribe because bruh, we're here to just question
Yeah.
our society's way of
Challenge our thoughts
norm,
too.
challenge our thoughts, let's
Yeah.
think differently, let's try and
Mm-hmm.
get aligned, get aligned. My next point, are you ready for this one? What?
That was already too heavy, but let's go.
Ooh, this, I think this is even heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed how people in Nairobi just live a life of individualism? And so you'd literally be in the same neighborhood and hear screams from the next door and outrightly know that it's a man beating the woman
Or
or
vice
whatever, the
versa.
or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody ever does anything.
Yeah, because there's this saying, watu wanashare kitanda moja, you
Hujui
don't.
maneno yao.
I saw this. Let me just bring.
Uh-huh.
So I saw this reel of somebody who was trying to rescue a
Mhm.
couple that was fighting, and he ended up being the
The
victim.
victim. I know there's been such many cases. However, I'm a firm believer of there's always something you can do to
Yeah,
prevent.
but babe, that's a sensitive
I know
one
it's a sensitive
because
one.
you don't.
I know it's.
I
But
go by one
what
rule.
happened to you, your brother's keeper? I don't know.
Yes, but
It
people
hurts
are
me.
out of control
Mm-hmm.
now. So when it comes to two people
Mm-hmm.
disagreeing, because I have experience in this.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced this. I don't have experience in it, but I have experienced this,
Mm-hmm.
where a former friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
was involved. It's okay. The
Baby
baby is,
girl.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
A former friend of mine was in an abusive relationship. So it
Mm-hmm.
was emotional and then it got physical
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I called my friend and I told her, I'm coming for you. You don't need to be in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why
Mm-hmm.
I became the enemy of the people. She still went back, and
Mm-hmm.
this man even befriended my friend
Mm-hmm.
and bribed my friend. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she wasn't a good friend,
Okay.
but bribed my friend, or whatever way he did it, to just talk the absolute worst
Of you.
of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me realize that no matter what, if someone is in too deep, you can tell them it's not okay. But
I'm not talking about telling them it's not okay. I'm talking about
like in the
in the middle of the fight, you can
rescue.
perhaps call the police and they can come and salvage the situation. Or you can perhaps go as an entire neighborhood and knock on that door.
I
I
not
mean,
possible.
I don't know.
It's not
Like there's
right
something
now. It's
there has to be
different.
something that can
Right
be
now, it's
done.
different because one, do you even know your neighbors?
That's the thing.
You
Why don't you know your neighbor?
I don't know my neighbors. Let me tell you, even where I live, I don't know my neighbors.
I feel like that's just a
And
sad
people
life,
prefer
honestly
it that
speaking.
way because they're like, okay, if I the less I know about them, the less involved I am in their business, and the less involved they are in my business. And this is the
Oh,
time
God.
times for mind yours, I'll mind mine.
You know how nowadays there's so many people being found dead in their houses for sijui ati 10 days ati ni juu
Yeah.
harufu ilianza kutoka
Yes.
ndo neighbors sasa wanaanza
Yes.
kufeel
Yes. But that's the
I
world
mean,
we're living in now.
but that's the thing, that's why I'm questioning, like, is that
You
right,
see, in
babes?
Shags, let me tell you,
Is that right?
in Shags, something I've seen in Shags is
Everyone knows everyone.
and they have, like, if it's a village, they have chama
Exactly.
that they
What
both
happened to Nyumba
for
Kumi?
women and for men. So, like, if anything happens, everyone is in the know and everyone is involved. Even like back then when we used to grow up, growing up,
Mm-hmm.
there were clan heads, literally elders, So if there is a marital issue, I'm not saying that there should be clan heads in Nairobi, but
Mm-hmm.
the elders were involved to help people navigate through marital issues because relationships are hard. And even now, the economy is tough and there's mental health. And a lot of mental health, by the way, to me, is
Mm-hmm.
contributed by the non issues like social media, just seeing all the surface level life
Definitely, I mean.
happening,
Mm-hmm.
and life is getting more expensive by day. But seemingly, also, we are living in a world where it seems very easy to be rich. Let's also not forget that it
No,
seems very
definitely.
easy to be rich, but when you look at yourself and you're not making it on, you're not the rich person yet. There's a 20 something year old who's driving a
Who's making it
BMW and has
Bentley?
money.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's all contributing to that level of stress. And there people now are more into individualism, just like you said, individualism, where if I'm with this person and he's not making the money and treating me the way, say, like
Mm-hmm.
Sony is being treated by the hubby and
Mm-hmm.
taken care of by the hubby, me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving that guy. I resent you, and then it's like a whole. So it's getting worse,
Mm-hmm.
and the height of it. So while
Mm-hmm.
someone is there being beaten to a pulp, me, I'm here, maybe depressed
Mm-hmm.
or like just drowning in my own thoughts and I can't get myself out. So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to think, mbona alijua? He could have just told us. But ideally, babe, if that person comes to talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
chances are because you're dealing with a lot, you'll just be like, you'll pull through. Imagine, like I feel like it's not. Actually, I cancel that whole individualism thing. I just think like life is just
Um, but
weighty
that's the
right
thing. We
now.
spend so much time on our phones that we forget we can just go out there and say hello to the next door neighbor. We tend to
But
forget that
boundaries,
the
remember,
society back, but that's the whole point. The
boundaries. People,
society back then was thriving more. There were less suicide cases than
there were
now
less suicide
because people
cases,
used
but
to have actual real life
but there
conversations.
still wasn't no technology. There wasn't that access to
And that's what I'm saying,
information.
babe. Like, what are we allowing technology to do to us, and where do we draw the line? Can we get to a point where we drop these imaginary boundaries, yet we don't have boundaries on social media? Like, you can post yourself nude on social media, and that's not a boundary to you, but talking to your neighbor is where you draw the line.
I mean, if
You can go to Tinder and find a boyfriend or even a pen pal, but talking to your neighbor is where you draw the line.
no, I hear what you're saying. I'm just this is such a heavy topic because now,
It needs a season of its own.
yeah, because now you see
Mhm.
again boundaries. If I go to Tinder or what are,
Go to Tinder, send your nudes.
if
Then you're
yeah,
here
if you
speaking
go to
about
like a dating
boundaries
site,
of talking
the
to a
person that I will
neighbor.
swipe right or left to
Mm-hmm.
has given consent that they want to be on that site. So me socializing with that person is not crossing a line.
But you see, that's the thing. You're operating from a point of assumption that your neighbor is not interested in conversing with you. But what if you just go knock the door and be like, "Hi, neighbor, how are you?"
Have you? You,
Yes,
the
yes, I
baker, have you
have.
taken cookies to
Yes,
your
I
neighbor?
have. Yes,
Okay, you're doing better than me.
I
Me,
try
first of all,
to.
me, I get not even intimidated, but I think I'm in my head a lot when it comes to like neighbors. Because if I go to a neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
like in my compound, we have 4 houses.
Mm-hmm.
I've never once seen
Mm-hmm.
any of those people that moved in before me
Mm-hmm.
interact.
Interact.
So it's always quiet. Everyone is always minding their own business. So I mind
Why
mine.
not change the narrative? Because
Because, babe,
literally, as human beings, babes,
I'm
I
not even
kid you not.
social like that.
I know, but I'm just saying, as human beings, we always yearn for connection, and
That is true.
the connection that we yearn for is not technologically, you know,
You can't feel,
inclined.
yeah,
It's based off of us sitting
touch,
here,
warmth.
getting to know each other and
Mm,
touching each other's hands and seeing
yeah,
each other smile and serving each other food, and
yes.
that's just basic. It's one of the basic human needs, really. It's a
True,
need. The
true.
reason why we are languishing in this sort of depression that we are in is because we have lost that.
Okay, so then on that note, I will take this as a learning
Mm-hmm.
lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I go home, I promise that I'm going to say hi to my neighbors and I'm going to invite them over for tea or
Yes,
coffee.
please.
I promise.
Yeah, so please, people out there, please just learn to be a little bit more human to the people around you and don't close them off just because social media looks more interesting. I promise you, real life human connection is way better.
I hear
Is
you.
way more therapeutic. And don't just, I know I've crossed the line sometimes because I remember there was a point I was driving my now husband, he was then boyfriend,
Mhm.
and I saw a man and woman fighting. The woman was bleeding profusely.
At least you didn't
And
take her blood
no,
and apply
listen,
it on
listen,
the
listen. I
face.
stopped the car. No, not to smear her blood on my face, but I stopped the car because I was the one driving. I stopped the car and I went there and separated the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my boyfriend just thought, oh my goodness, kusha, huyu sasa ni hivo atachapwa.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, and I told the man, let me tell you, try and do anything to me and you will know who I am.
Did it trigger you given that
It
you've been
did.
there?
It triggered me a lot. I was like, you can't be beating up a woman just because she's your wife. Because she mentioned she's my wife, yeah, napenda kukunya. And I'm like, yes, na nyote ninaona mmelewa. But it doesn't mean now you have the right to butcher her.
Yeah.
Excuse you. And yes, maybe I may have gone out of my way to do something that may have gotten me killed. But I kid you not, I draw the line where men are violent towards women and I'm just standing there.
Yeah.
I'll
That's just
definitely
like
go in
humanity.
between.
It's like humanity, like
I'm like, by the way, I took taekwondo and kung fu for this. I will beat your ass, nigga. Don't even try me.
wait, did you take taekwondo before or after your experience with He Who Shall Not Be
No,
Named?
I took taekwondo actually when I was a tiny little girl.
Really?
Yeah.
So
All
anyway, let
through
me
I
not
think all
get deep
through
into it.
primary and a bit of high school, I did taekwondo and karate and
So while this son of a god was laying his hands on you, you didn't remember those skills?
one, he laid hands on me once.
Yes.
Two, we were driving in a car. What moves could I have pulled in the
Oh
middle
yeah.
of Thika Road? In a car that was going at 100 kilometers per hour. I love my life. I could handle a blow then and just usa.
I, I
Yeah,
yeah.
but anyway.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah, and funny enough, I went to the police station and they told me mimi ndo mjeuri, and I kid you not, I had done nothing.
Ukaambiwa ndio
But all the
mjeuri.
same, ati mimi ndo mjeuri. What? Kenya police treat gender-based violence with utmost seriousness because I feel they literally play around with it
And
in
this
the
is
name
just
of
not.
ni watu wawili kwa kitanda moja, sisi hatuwezi
Yeah,
ingililia.
that is. I think.
Please,
I
I
think.
think
I don't know who broke up with who, and then now they're back together. And the comments there is tulisema nini juu ya watu wawili wana.
anyway, maybe ni
Let's
kuingililia, mi
continue.
sijui.
Let's
Mimi
continue.
sijui. Hey, and speaking of which, the way nowadays people are busy killing each other just because someone said
Ay,
no to you or someone walked away from you.
Aki.
What's happening?
Wait, it's not even killing now. Okay, so there's
Happening?
killing, but I saw recently, Jana on IG, this
Mhm.
babe that was saying, Ati, every time a guy rejected her, she was a witch or something. She would
Oh,
go
you
cast
sent it to
spells.
me and cast a
Yes. What is this? All for what? As in, she would cast a spell. And okay, so her story was there's this one guy that had refused her and whatnot. And she was like, oh, many katasha. She goes home, writes the chants that she's going to write, mixes the spices. I don't even know what is the point of those things. That
probably
is,
Sage
you
was one of them.
sarakasi. And then
Sarakasi.
she lit the pepper. It went off.
Oh yeah, it went off. Then she lit it a second time,
And
and
then
she
the
had a strong
demon,
voice.
the
Yeah.
demon spirit
Oh,
told her, don't do that
I
again.
thought it was even God.
No, it was the
I
demon
was clearly
spirit
listening to my own
told
playlist.
her, don't do that again. And then she
Mm.
was stubbornly trying to do it. And then she was told that the mother of that man prays for him throughout.
Thank God
So
for
he's
moms.
protected. Like, I was just like, guys, pray. Pray for your kids.
Yeah, always pray for your babies.
Aish, my gosh. Can you imagine if like it was a married man, anakatiwa na huyo babe, and then anakastiwa spell, and then all of a sudden your house is just falling apart and you're like, what is happening in my family? Kumbe old man alienda huko kuji nini na mchawi.
Where?
But
Hey.
honestly,
No, really, we need to interrogate ourselves because what
Aki,
are this?
what are
Where
this?
do we draw the
Where
line?
do we draw the line? I think that's a very good, nice way to end because people need to think.
Yeah, I think those are very heavy conversations, and
Yeah,
we'll touch base on the next. I think
we
we'll
will.
continue with this. Should be a segment. Where do we draw the line? Like literally, we need to make this an anthem and keep questioning everything that's going on around us. Where do we draw the line?
And then we just make it clear this
This
is
is
where.
where.
Yeah,
This
and
is where. And I am a believer of people knowing and understanding their boundaries. I'm a believer of people. Nowadays, unfortunately, when you have boundaries and you know where your line is, you get attacked a lot
yeah,
because, oh, you're so uptight, you're too judgmental,
you're rigid.
extremely opinionated, you're rigid.
Who asked
You're
you?
who asked you? I mean, who cares? I mean, oh my goodness, you have to think forward. You're so backward thinking.
Yeah. No,
Tafadhali?
it's okay. For me personally, I am okay. Niko sawa being called those names, but I think it's good to challenge all these things and
Yeah.
tell us in the comments below if you like the topic, if you'd like us to dig a little bit deeper, because we do have more points. We just feel like,
Yeah. We're done today with these
Yeah.
points. We just like sit and think through them.
yeah,
Sit and think through them, please. And please don't ever get tired of being bold. Don't ever get tired of stating your opinions and state them loudly and proudly, whether you are pro or not for.
yeah.
Speak loudly and be
And just be
confident in your
human. At the
opinion
end
and
of the
just be
day.
human. Love each other. Let's not
Yeah.
sit there and
Be
think that
kind.
you can love another person in a certain type of way, but you can't love that Luo because you're Kikuyu.
Yeah.
I
Love
mean,
is
we're all
love.
human beings.
Love is
Love
love.
is love amongst all human beings.
Facts.
That is all we have to say. Those are the facts we have to give in our opinions as well. They're not cast in stone. As I mean, then we're not trying to spread any gospel here, but we're just saying that we need to go back to knowing what is right, what is wrong, and there should be no question as to what is right or what is wrong. You already know it. I'm sure you already know it. There is a guilt that you're living with when doing something. Then yes, you are doing something wrong. If there's a guilt there, if you feel confident in what you're doing, then of course it's right.
Yeah.
Can you do it in daylight? Can you do it sober? Or do you have to get drunk or buzzed to do something?
Anyway, subscribe. That's
Please
all we have
subscribe.
today.
That's all we have for you today. We can't wait to see you on the next episode. The more you subscribe, the more we grow, the better we get. We promise you to get better with each episode. Please subscribe to the Tip Podcast,
Yes,
the Tip
please.
Podcast KE.
Yes,
This I
please.
promise.
This I promise.
Yeah, and on that
Ciao.
note, see you next week, honey.